What up, guys? Yeah, we got another beer review coming at you today, and this one is from the folks at Leinenkugel. They have, yes, another shandy going, and it is the Cranberry Ginger Shandy. I think that could work. From the kings of the shandy industry, they pump out a lot of them. Some of them I think are a little hit and miss, or just miss in general, because I just don't think the fruitiness they go for, I think this is actually twist off. Yep. The fruitiness they go for doesn't really go for a shandy like the pumpkin shandy. It doesn't really lend itself. But cranberry and ginger, that could definitely work out. So we'll see. It's been a little while since I've had a shandy, I guess, or really anything from Leinenkugel. But let's get this in pouring. It's very aromatic. You can already smell it. I mean, it's one of those things where I could smell it as soon as I cracked it open. But, it's a 4.2% ABV. That's pretty standard for a lot of the Leinenkugel beers. A little under what a lot of the standard lower ABV beers are or is. But, anyways, let's get into the review and get into the smell. It definitely has that shandy, like, citrus aroma. I'm still pulling more of that kind of carbonated lemon lime thing. It really smells like that. I think there's a Sprite cranberry out there where it's like, it's still clear, but it's got a little hint of that cranberry element to it. That's kind of what I'm getting with this. You got your kind of base lower end wheat beer mixed with the sparkling lemon lime cranberry with a hint of cranberry. I can't say I'm getting much ginger. Yeah, not much ginger at all. I have a funny feeling that this is gonna have kind of like one of those like chemically kind of tastes to it. But it smells interesting enough. I'm gonna recommend it on aroma. It's definitely it's interesting. It's teetering, I think, a little bit onto that chemical side, almost to one of those like Steel Reserve Alloy series kind of like fake sweeten elements to it. We'll see. I think going with a shandy for a winter release is, for anybody else, I'd say it was a bold move. For Leinenkugel, I think almost making anything other than a shandy is a bold move at this point. But it's just, because that lighter, sweeter, kind of shandy beer. You think more of a summertime thing, so offering it for the winter, I feel like it might work in like a Miami or a Los Angeles setting where it's still 70 degrees out. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this is a fine breakup from your porters and your stouts and everything. So anyways, let's get into the taste. I feel like this would work better if they used a higher quality wheat beer out of the gate. I think the biggest thing that's dragging this down is just an inferior wheat beer is being used. No, I'm not totally dogging it yet, but that's the one thing I kind of noticed on the back end. You get that shandy part on the tip of your tongue, and then as it moves further back in your mouth, you get more of like the wheat beer, and it just tastes like a kind of a crappy wheat beer. So I wish I can't remember the last time I even had just a standard wheat beer from Leinenkugel, but I feel like that needs to be improved. As for the rest, the actual shandy part, let's get further into that. It very much is just kind of a carbonated citrus beer. There's a hint of cranberry. Yeah, there's some cranberry in there. It's not overwhelming, which, if you don't like that uber bitter cranberryness, I think this works pretty well. The citrus that's mixed with it helps, kind of smooth out that bitter cranberry aspect to it. So it very much is that Sprite with cranberry or whatever in it. So if you dig that, you'll like that part of the shandy. I just wish. I think it's actually the beer part of this that's dragging it down. It's not. I'm not getting too much of that chemical thing. If you really want to dissect it and dive deep, maybe a little bit, a tad, but not overwhelming. It doesn't have that cough cherry syrup kind of thing. So I think you can get away with it more with that lemon lime thing going on, which they have. And there's not enough of the cranberry for you to be like, yes, that is so fake. That's such like a lab produced cranberry. There's not enough of that to really to tell specifically. And I mean, cranberries are cheap enough that you can, especially in that area of the country in Wisconsin, where you can get the cranberries without any issues. Yeah, they don't really tell you. But it's the beer part that's kind of letting me down. All right, yeah. Now that I'm really kind of getting into it, I can taste the ginger. It does have that. Yeah, okay, I can go for that. It's got some ginger. It's not the worst thing I've had. I think the shandy aspect actually works pretty well with these flavor points, these flavor notes. The cranberry and ginger, I think, go well with the kind of citrus aspect. I just don't like the beer it's being used with. I think the wheat part is sucky. I think if you started off with a better beer, it would work better. I think if you could probably make this taste 10 times better if you did it yourself. If you just bought like a quality wheat beer and mixed it with like that Sprite lemon lime cranberry one, I think that would work fine. Or just a hint of a ginger beer mixed with a hint of the lemon lime thing. You could, if you tinkered with it a bit, I think you could make it yourself and make it a whole lot better. Of course, who really wants to buy 6 different things and pouring it together? It's jungle juice all over again. But taste, I'll give it a half. I think the shandy part kind of surprised me. It worked well. I'm not a huge fan of the beer part though. So go figure. Let me give it a half. All right, next category is value for price, and I think I got this. Leinenkugel, yeah, $1.79 for this one. For a single, you're really not gonna get lower than that. I think some beers, if you go to like a Trader Joe's where it's made through Trader Joe's, you can get it for like $1. Other than that, you're probably not going to find many beers for less than what you're going to be paying for this. So if a shandy sounds of interest to you this time of year, by all means, check it out. Yeah, I'd say you go for it. It's, even though it has that cranberry gingery kind of like holiday season, it doesn't taste at all like a holiday beer. It really kind of tastes just like a summertime beer made with cranberry juice. So yeah, again, this might work better in like a warmer location for the wintertime, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah. So I will recommend it for that price. Distinction for a holiday beer. I don't think it doesn't. I mean, it's a shandy. I will never equate shandy with a holiday beer unless I'm vacationing in Miami or something like that. For a shandy, it's kind of the majority of it is just kind of a run-of-the-mill shandy, but it's got the cranberry is a nice tweak that works. And again, it's a sucky wheat beer that they're using as the base. You're only as good as the weakest link, and the weakest link is the bad wheat beer. But so I'm gonna give it another half. Like, part of it works, part of it doesn't. It's distinct in that it's using cranberry within the confines of a shandy. But yeah, next category is drinkability, and yeah, this is super easy. It's like most of their other shandies. It's super easy to drink. It's a low ABV. It does not have a lot of that beer-y taste outside of the back end. So if you want something that's just not just beer taste, and you want something that's light this time of year, yes, distinction or drinkability, absolutely. I'm going to recommend drinkability. It is a very easy beer to drink. And the last category is what about it again? And I feel like the only time I would actually consider buying this beer would be during the summertime. This isn't available during the summertime. It's in I know Leinenkugel, they like to keep the shandies moving, but I don't have a need for this at this time of year. I'm not craving a shandy at all, even if the temperature is warmer. It's not hot enough for me to want that shandy thing. A couple weeks ago, I reviewed a sour that had the sour actually tasted more like a holiday beer because it had those holiday spices that I'm looking for. I'd be more keen to buy that than this. This, even though it has the cranberry, it has the ginger, it just doesn't. Nothing about it really tastes like a holiday beer. I think because it's mixed with a wheat beer and lemon, lime, citrus aspects to it. So if you're for me personally, I won't be buying it again. If I want something sweeter, I'll go for something else. So I'll just do a mulled wine or something like that. That underrated. But yes, that's my review. If you are a big shandy fan and you've been craving a shandy during the wintertime, absolutely check it out. It's not bad. It's probably one of the better seasonal winter shandy beers you're going to find because I don't think anybody else really does it. So that you have that. So at least there is an option. So I'll give them credit for that. I mean, there is an option for shandy lovers out there. But it's just not what I'm looking for this time of year. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, so that is my review of Leinenkugel Cranberry Ginger Shandy Weiss beer brewed with honey with natural flavors. So yeah, that's the beer. That's the review. So if you've had it before and you like it, let me know in the comments. Are you a winter shandy fan? Do you like lighter beers like this during the winter time? Or are you more of this is the time of year where you like it heavier and darker and stuff like that? So let me know in the comments. Subscribe, do all that good stuff. And yeah, so for myself and for Leinenkugel's Cranberry Ginger Shandy, take it easy.